New York Governor Mario Cuomo and two live crews lead rapper Luther Campbell on The Next Personalities.
Monday at 7 on Fox 11. From KTTV in Los Angeles, this is Fox News.
Good evening, I'm Patty Suarez.
And I'm Bill Ritter. It's television's biggest night, but there's a lot you did not see on the Emmy Awards show.
Tonight we're going to take you backstage where the winners said a lot more than just thank you.
Right now, all over town, Emmy winners are still celebrating, capping off festivities that began more than 8 hours ago. It all started outside the Pasadena Civic Auditorium as stars such as actor-comedian Billy Crystal and actress Sharon Glass began to arrive. Tonight, we won't just tell you about the big names who became big winners. We'll also let you meet them and hear their reactions behind the scenes. Plus, we'll take you to one of the exclusive Emmy parties still underway right now in West Hollywood.
Our first stop tonight is Pasadena, scene of the official Emmy party. Sam Rubin is outside the governor's ball to tell us about the winners and non-winners and a few surprises. Sam?
Patty, the limousine gridlock is finally starting to ease up as some of the celebrities leave the governor's ball taking place here at the Pasadena Civic Auditorium. Earlier on, though, we had plenty of happy stars clutching their Emmys, and this is what it looked like when some of the winners received their awards earlier tonight. While critics tried to guess the winners, the stars themselves seemed to have a better handle on who would actually walk away with an Emmy. Last year's Best Comic Actor winner, Richard Mulligan, wanted Ted Danson to win.
It really is. He's been denied too long, and he's a sweet, wonderful guy and a great actor.
Everyone was so sure I was going to win, I kind of felt like a relief that I did, because if I didn't, phew, that would have been tough.
Best Dramatic Actress nominee Jill Eikenberry thought that 30-something's Patricia Wettig was a sure bet.
I think Patricia Wettig is going to win my category because she did some incredible things. When she did the ovarian cancer episodes were incredible. I already called her and conceded.
She did call and said, she said, I'm not even buying a dress this year. I said, you'll win for sure then.
L.A. Law's Michelle Green predicted that her co-star Jimmy Smits would get a Best Supporting Actor nod.
I hope Jimmy Smits wins this year. That's what I hope.
It sounds corny, but it is, it's an honor to be acknowledged by the people in the business, and it's really nice to win.
Ironically, stars on canceled series fared especially well. Alex Rocco won an award for Best Supporting Actor in a Comedy, while Tracy Ullman took home 2 Emmys. And Keenan Ivory Wayans and his In Living Color series also did well. Keenan says now he will spare the Television Academy a send-up.
If I had one, I was planning on doing an Emmy sketch, but not now.
Keenan told me that his mother is going to be hanging on to that Emmy for him. A very eclectic distribution of Emmy Awards tonight. A lot of the popular shows each receiving 2 awards. Cheers picking up 2, Murphy Brown with 2. Tracy Ullman, as you saw in the piece, also received 2 awards, as did 30-something. One show that did not fare especially well was the show Twin Peaks. A lot of people thought it would do very well. It did not do well tonight. Reporting live from the Pasadena Civic Auditorium, I'm Sam Rubin, Fox News. Patty and Bill, back to you.
Okay, Sam, thanks very much for that report. We will have more on the Emmys in a few minutes. We'll take you to West Hollywood to the big Emmy party being thrown by Twin Peaks creator David Lynch. But first, we want to update you on some of tonight's other top news stories. Bill?
More than 200 people in West Covina are still homeless tonight after the fire that ravaged their apartment complex. Some people lost everything yesterday, and the fire seemed to play favorites. Kimberly Moreau explains.
One day after the fire, one side of the building looked like a bomb had exploded. On the other, everything looked quite normal. The intense fire burned only the north side of the Palms apartment complex in West Covina. It began last night after an oak tree caught fire, sparked by a flame from a neighbor who was cleaning a carburetor. It took 3 hours and 3 million gallons of water to bring the fire under control. It also took a lot of strength for Gilbert Castro to hold back the tears as he watched his apartment burn.
It's like losing something close to you. And my daughter just started wondering what was going on. We were explaining to her, and she started crying too.
What'd she say?
She said, Daddy, we just bought a new bed, and now it's going to be gone. her toys are going to be gone.
There are 120 units in this apartment complex, and about 48 of them were damaged by the fire. As you can see, those along the top floor were completely destroyed by the fire, and apartments below suffered either smoke, fire, or water damage. Some evacuees spent the night at a Red Cross shelter. Others stayed with friends, but returned early in the morning, hoping to see what was damaged. Debbie Gallo was one of them.
No, I just moved in here 2 months ago. You always think it happens to other people.
Building inspectors will have to decide if and when people can move back into the complex. Others will have to find homes elsewhere. In West Covina, Kimberly Moreau, Fox News.
Red Cross and social services workers are trying to provide food, clothing, and shelter for people who lost everything in West Covina. Meanwhile, we have another fire follow-up. Crews are now mopping up the wildfire in the Stanislaus National Forest in Northern California. They contained it earlier tonight. That fire blackened 2,500 acres. Some 400 evacuees in the area are now back in their homes.
And flames are lighting up the night sky in Bay City, Michigan. A tanker with about 1 million gallons of gasoline aboard exploded. It's still burning. One crewman is missing. 15 others were slightly hurt in the morning blast. It happened when the tanker was unloading at a dock on the Saginaw River. It is not clear why it happened. It's so hot, firefighters are just letting the fire burn itself out.
In Denver tonight, the parents of a 20-month-old boy are counting their blessings. Little Kevin Davis fell into a construction shaft yesterday and was trapped underground for 14 hours while crews worked frantically to free him. At last, their efforts paid off. Kevin was checked out today by doctors and treated for dehydration, but he's going to be just fine. Nice ending.
Love this story. Dozens of Americans who were trapped in the Middle East are also doing fine tonight. A little wet, but home safe and sound.
We'll have the latest on the Gulf crisis in just a couple of minutes.
I'm Jane Wells at the Mondrian Hotel, where the post-Emmy partying is getting in full swing. I'll have a live report next on Fox News.
At Circuit City, our sales counselors will let you play with lots of different video cameras and accessories. And when it comes to making sure you find the one that makes everybody happy, you'll find that they're some of the smartest, most helpful people in the business. How do we know that? We've got it on tape.
Circuit City, where service is state of the art.
Americans are busy.
No problem, Bob.
Yet somewhere between here and there, they find time to do a thing called eat. That's when they find a 7-Eleven, the only place they can grab everything from super big gulps to big bites.
What color, Bob?
Those on the go who know take their appetite to 7-Eleven, the sign of the times.
That was Bob.
And now 2 Big Bite hot dogs are just $1.29 at 7-Eleven.
It's not just fresh, it's Contadina fresh.
Time now for the latest on the Persian Gulf crisis, beginning with freedom for 160 people, 54 of them Americans. They've been trapped in Kuwait since the Iraqi invasion a month ago. Today they arrived to a driving rain at Baltimore-Washington Airport, wet but glad to be home. And these are the first pictures we received of the Iraqi exodus into Saudi Arabia. While it looks calm, the Kuwaitis are telling stories of dwindling food supplies and Iraqi violence back home. A bullet hole in this car, silent testimony to the danger. Hundreds of Kuwaitis have fled since Iraq opened the border yesterday. Iraq lost another round with the UN Security Council today. The council unanimously condemned last week's Iraqi raids on 4 embassies in Kuwait. UN officials are thinking about closing off Iraqi air routes as punishment. Iraqi TV has finally aired the speech taped by President Reagan. He warned that nothing will stand in the way of a free Kuwait.
Others are being held hostage in Iraq and Kuwait. Hostage-taking punishes the innocent and separates families. It is barbaric. It will not work, and it will not affect my ability to make tough decisions.
During the speech, which was apparently not censored, Mr. Bush also re-emphasized that the Mideast conflict is pitting Iraq against the world, not just the United States. Fox News will continue to bring you any important updates on the Mideast crisis.
Well, the world's paparazzi converged on Pasadena tonight to bring the Emmy extravaganza to fans in 27 foreign countries. International reporters and photographers joined about 500 of their American colleagues outside the Civic Auditorium, trying to get a look at the arriving stars. And when the Emmys were handed out later, a worldwide television audience of 150 million was watching. The show was seen as far away as Bangladesh. Well, we've shown you tonight's big winners. Now we're going to take you to one of the big Emmy parties. Jane Wells is at the Mondrian in West Hollywood, where Twin Peaks creator David Lynch is throwing a bash. That is also a benefit. Jane?
Bill, these people have gathered here to raise money for the homeless. It's a good excuse to get dressed up and go out, and that's what the Emmys are partly all about. It's the only time I ever get dressed up, folks. And it was that way in Pasadena tonight, where the stars were thrilled to be seen, and the fans were thrilled to see them.
It's a beautiful night, isn't it? Gosh, it's lit up just like daytime here. It's fabulous how they can light it up.
It's always a very exciting event to see everybody come out and dress very well, like you are.
This is how you kiss someone from a distance when you have lipstick on. I just learned that.
TV's finest actors clothed themselves in glitz, and fans chose their favorites.
I like Brandon with Lily Love.
Katie Seagal, I think she's just beautiful. And while the drama unfolded inside the Pasadena Auditorium, there was also a little drama across the street amidst the fans. You see, not everyone is keen on television.
Then you spend time watching the movies, your time watching your stupid TV and your stupid little Mickey Mouse cameras. That's why you're going to hell, people. You don't care.
That message did not play well to this audience. These three ladies from Pasadena camp across from the auditorium every year.
Why do this? It takes you away from your everyday problems, Fantasyland, that type of thing. I think they work hard, and they deserve to have us give them our attention and let them know that we support them.
After the awards at the Governor's Ball, cameras were allowed in for only a few minutes. But many of the cast of the nearly shut-out Twin Peaks were here, looking like they'd just gotten back from Laura Palmer's funeral. Well, I ran into Piper Laurie. She lost out for Best Actress. I ran into her in the powder room, and she said maybe they lost because there were only 7 episodes, and maybe they didn't feel it really qualified for a series, so we'll see about next year. Anyhow, they hope to raise about $30,000 tonight, and with me is David Lynch. Talk about timing, folks. Let me ask you. Yes, the gum out would help.
Yeah.
Are you obviously you're disappointed, but are you this surprised that, complete shutout nearly?
No, I'm not so disappointed. I've said before, I love the theater of the absurd, so I had a great time tonight.
One more question. I know you can't tell us who killed Laura Palmer. Will we find out shortly who killed her?
You're going to find out.
Yeah.
Everything's relative.
And even more important question to me, are Lucy and Andy going to get back together? That's what I want to know.
They're going through hard times now, but I have a lot of hope for them.
I'm really pulling for them.
I think they're really in love.
All right, thank you very much,
You
Mr.
betcha.
David Lynch. That's it from the Mondrian. I'm going to get into my shrimp stuffed tomatoes here and mingle with these people. Back to you in Hollywood.
Okay, Jane Wells reporting from West Hollywood. Jane, thanks a lot.
And you look great, Jane. There's still more ahead tonight, including Mark Thompson.
Jane and David, a little picture deal going there, it sounded like. Yes, I'm your humble weather slave, and I will tell you that there's a weather system slicing into California even as we speak, what it means to you and your week. In just a moment as we continue on Fox News.
In an exclusive personalities interview, New York Governor Mario Cuomo.
My father was a 5'5" ditch digger from Jersey City who had a bad leg, who got lucky enough to be put in a grocery store by a Jewish family.
And 2 Live Crew's lead rapper Luther Campbell. The side nobody sees, from the man who is making a fortune, being as nasty as he wants to be. Personalities, Monday at 7 on Fox 11.
It was the final test of a new emission control gasoline from Arco. It had to be the cleanest burning, high-octane gasoline ever made for California. At the highest available octane with the lowest emissions.
We've reduced aromatics by 17%, hydrocarbons by 21%, carbon monoxide by 28%, and benzene by 35%.
Introducing Arco's new EC Premium, still at lower prices, the best gasoline at any price.
These guys are dedicated to being the best. Real pros, but not in football, like me. The Smog Pros. The new smog service centers from Arco. Smog Pros specialize in pass or don't pay smog checks and emission tune-ups. Everything you need to get your license plates renewed. They're computerized for speed, competitively priced, and they're highly trained, like I am. Smog Pros. When you need a smog check, you don't need amateurs.
Nothing beats it. Nothing beats it. The one and only. Nothing beats it. The clean, the crisp, the cold. The king of beers.
Nothing beats the bud. Nothing beats the king of beers. Nothing beats the Budweiser. Nothing beats the Bud.
This just into Fox News. A tentative new contract has been worked out between General Motors and the United Auto Workers. The agreement came after an all-day bargaining session in Detroit. 300,000 auto workers will be covered by the contract if it is approved. There are at least 7 new millionaires tonight thanks to some lucky lotto numbers. Florida's $105 million lottery had 6 winning tickets, each worth $17.5 million. And here in California, 1 ticket bought in Yucaipa will claim $5.8 million from Lotto. 6:53.
Well, you just saw David Lynch being interviewed by our Jane Wells, and big night for Emmy winners, of course. No one is a bigger fan of the Emmys than our Mark Thompson, who's here with the weather.
I got to tell you honestly, guys, this year I'm a little disappointed because I was told by our producer Larry Croner that I was going to be getting a Lifetime Achievement Award tonight, and he gave me all the details, specifics, told me when to come down there. I got my tux on. My mother flew out from back east, and it was a practical joke.
It hurt.
And I'm telling you, it was, and you know, the worst part was I was insistent that I was getting it, so the security guys and I got a little, to be wrestled to the ground like that in front of my mother. It was just, anyway. Larry, I'm sure that, you know, you'll get yours, pal. Okay, let's go quickly out, and this was terrific. All kidding aside, this was the big finish of the LA Festival. Did you check it out? It was a 2-week thing, I think, at least. Yeah, it was fabulous. Ethnic events all around town. 83-63 on the day. That, as you can see, about what we expect this time of year. We're not going to budge much through the next couple of days. It will continue kind of cool. I say kind of cool along the coast with some coastal fog. 66 right now, and the fog is in. Look at the humidity, up to 88%. That's because that marine influence is being felt. Barometer's 29.84 and rising here at Fox. Take a look at this weak weather system to our north. Not producing any rain in California, but it is producing some cloudiness to our north, and it will have sort of a squeegee effect. It's going to push the cloudiness ahead of it, the low cloudiness, and produce an onshore flow. That means more of a marine influence, more of a sea breeze, 70s along the ocean beaches, 80s to about 90 degrees inland. So it's really going to be rather moderate here for the next few days. And it will help out air quality as we get more of that sea breeze. Air quality tomorrow, as you can see, in the moderate range for most of the Southland. The exceptions being the San Gabriel, Pomona valleys, and portions of the inland valleys will be in the unhealthful range, but no first stage alerts for tomorrow. Temperatures tomorrow, as you can see along the coastal strip, will be into the 70s as mentioned, and even the inland areas will be rather pleasant with temperatures in the 80s. And after a week of the 90s last week, things look pretty good. Anaheim to about 80 degrees, Los Angeles tomorrow to about 82. Palm Springs to the low 100s. Increasing low clouds overnight, 50s and 60s overnight. And for tomorrow, it will be morning low cloudiness giving way to hazy sunshine, slightly cooler, actually rather pleasant. 70s, as I say, to about 90 in the inland valleys. And surfers, dudes, it won't be bad. Actually, to the south will be the best place to be. And I think later in the week, there may be some prospects for some better swells. Low 80s, pretty much the story. That at the Civic Center to about 90 degrees inland and 70s along the coastal strip. And that's likely to be fairly consistent over the next couple of days. Congrats to all the big Emmy winners tonight, though. That was kind of a neat...
The heat wave's broken. That's good. Good.
Yeah.
Listen, the newsroom went out. They felt bad for you. The assignment desk went out and got this.
Little lifetime achievement thing?
Well, get a
This is
lifetime achievement award.
Actually, this might be a little much for my lifetime achievement, so I'll cherish it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Up next, Rick Garcia with the latest on the Dodgers pennant hopes.
Plus a big day for Southland football fans. You'll see how the Rams and Raiders did next on Fox News.
There's a new world arriving.
Today, people travel between countries like they used to travel between cities. And one airline best understands their needs. Cathay Pacific. Every flight we make is international. And now we've added the only non-stop service from LA to Hong Kong. All to help the new world of international travelers arrive in better shape.
There's a new world arriving on Cathay.
To introduce Isuzu's new Rodeo, we placed it and Toyota's 4Runner in this campground to see which is better for family fun. Sure, the Rodeo has more horsepower and rear anti-locking brakes, but another key difference is that only the Rodeo seats 6. So, combined with its price, thousands less than 4Runner, we see that only in a Rodeo, no one gets stung. The new Isuzu Rodeo, at just $12,499, there's no comparison.
DHL was making express deliveries overseas before Federal Express was even in business. With a head start like that, we can simply do things others can't. DHL, faster to more of the world.
The second week of the football season, and LA fans really have something to cheer about.
Yeah, but there are some disappointments today, and we're talking about baseball and the Dodgers. It could be over. The Dodgers did not have the Reds on the ropes. They practically had them knocked through the ropes, but LA left them off the hook, and the Dodger pennant hopes apparently have dimmed considerably, and I hate to break the bad news to you. Let's pick up the action in the first inning. Dodgers already up 2-0 and have the bases loaded, but Alfredo Griffin grounds back to nasty Norm Charlton. The Reds would get out of the inning. On to the fourth inning, game tied 2-2. Dodgers again have the bases loaded, but Rick Dempsey pops out. Dodgers left the bases loaded 3 times in the first 4 innings, and when you do that, you're going to pay. The Dodgers did in the 5th. Bill Doran's double knocked home 2 runs before the inning was over. Cincy had 6. Reds win 9-5. Dodgers head to Atlanta, 5.5 games out of first. Take a look at the National League scores. The Reds' magic number is now 12. In the East, Pittsburgh and New York both lost. The Pirates still lead by a half game. In Anaheim, the Angels took a 3-2 lead into the 9th against Seattle, but Ken Griffey Jr. says, see ya. He takes this Brian Harvey pitch deep to center. Nice try by Devon White, but it's a 3-run homer. Seattle comes back to beat the Angels 5-3. Here are the rest of the American League scores. The Red Sox have seen their lead go from 6 to 1 game in a week, and Cecil, don't call me Cecil Fielder, hit home run number 47 for the Tigers. Super Bowl 25 will be played in Tampa in January. If the Rams get there, and I think there's a good chance they will, don't tell anybody I said that, they may have to look back to this visit against Tampa Bay as the game that got them started. In this contest, Jim Everett had a shaky start now a week ago, but he was on target today. Take a look at this 14-yarder to Henry Ellard, which made it 14-0. And remember, Vinny Testaverde had a good start for the Bucs last week, but Kevin Green made life tough for Vinny today. Green gets his first sack on the year. Talk about a weird play, though, here. 8 seconds left in the half, and Testaverde throws this one right to Bobby Humphrey. Wrong guy. He takes it 44 yards for the score, 28-7 Rams at the half. Everett kept it going. He goes deep to Robert Del Pino in the second half, who beats 2 Bucs defenders. Everett with 4 touchdown passes on the day. Rams win it 35-14. Now, personally, I think a pitcher's duel in baseball can be very exciting. But personally, I think that the same cannot be said for defensive battles in football. Take the Raiders, please. Their offense plays like their defense, low scoring, I guess simply put, boring. There is a bottom line, though, and today they scored a 17-13 victory over the Seattle Seahawks. LA is now 2-0. They're in first place, if you can believe it. Trailing 10-3, the Raiders get a break. Mervin Swervin Fernandez hauls it in. Apparently, he went out of bounds. The replay official tried to tell the officials on the field it was out of bounds, but there was a lack of communication. The play stood. How about this one? Is this a touchdown? The ball breaks the plane. That's all it has to do. But the officials called it back on that one. This one was for real. Greg Bell with a 1-yard touchdown run as the Raiders overtake the Seahawks. A note for you, the Raiders defense has allowed only 1 touchdown in its first 2 games. The offense has scored just 2. Well, the Bears are back. The Cardinals got their kicks. And what's wrong with the 49ers? Nothing. A look at a week 2 of highlights.
Reality hit Anthony Dilwig this week. Actually, this is Richard Dent hitting him here. One of 6 sacks by the Bears. Offensively, Jim Harbaugh ran for 1 touchdown and threw for 2 more. This one goes 40 yards to Ron Morris. Watch out for the Bears. They beat Green Bay 31-13. Browns are off to a frustrating start. All Robert Banks needed here was a kicking tee for Chris Dressel's head. Think Banks will be hearing from Commissioner Paul Tagliabue this week? Meanwhile, Freeman McNeil had a good day, running for 62 yards and a TD. The Jets get Bruce Coslett his first win, 24-21. In Philadelphia, the Eagles led 14-0, but Phoenix came back. Johnny Johnson runs 22 yards for the touchdown. Then, 25 seconds left. Al Del Greco with his 3rd field goal of the 4th quarter. Joe Bugle gets his first win. Phoenix over Philly, 23-21. Joe Montana struggled last week. This week he found John Taylor for a 49-yard touchdown. Montana threw for 390 yards. Redskins get bent out of shape, 26-13. In Pittsburgh, the Steelers and Oilers traded punches until Rod Woodson delivers the knockout blow. Woodson's 52-yard punt return helped Pittsburgh to a 20-9 win over the Oilers.
Not broken.
Here it is. And the rest of today's NFL scores for you. Rodney Peete threw 2 TD passes for Detroit. Don Shula won his 200th game as Dolphins coach. Jeff George threw 4 interceptions as the Colts lost. Lawrence Taylor returned an interception for a touchdown. The Bengals trailed 13-0 before rallying against the Chargers. And Minnesota had 8 sacks in routing New Orleans.
That hurts.
That is it in sports.
Oh, that hurts to see that.
You know, believe it or not, it's not as painful to those guys as you think. They just pop those things back in there. And
painful to us to watch them.
It's scarier. That's one of those deals where you look at it and you pass out. But
We're not going to hold you to the Rams prediction, but it goes in the computer and we will remember.
Okay. They will be in Tampa in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Thanks, Ray. Finally tonight, one last look at the winners in tonight's Emmy Awards.
Emmy is awarded to L.A. Law.
NBC's popular drama L.A. Law topped the night as Best Dramatic Series. Actress Patricia Weddick of 30-something won acclaim for her tender portrayal of a woman with ovarian cancer. She thanked all the women patients who shared their stories and helped bring life to her character. Peter Falk celebrated his birthday tonight by winning his 5th Emmy. He plays the bumbling detective Columbo on ABC.
I think I'm beginning to see the real issue here.
CBS's Murphy Brown won the Emmy for Outstanding Comedy Series, and Candice Bergen beat out early favorite Delta Burke to walk away with the Emmy for Best Lead Actress in a Comedy Series. 8 was the magic number for Ted Danson. His portrayal of Cheers bartender Sam Malone finally took the Emmy after being nominated every year since the show began.
Of course, there were many other Emmys tonight.
Congratulations to all the winners and to all the nominees, and thanks for watching. I'm Patty Soiree.
And I'm Bill Ritter. See you tomorrow night on Fox News at 10.